morning, Degenerate Nation. We have died and gone to heaven. We're trackside here at Gulfstream Park. The morning scene is absolutely beautiful. I'm Jeff DeForest, of course, and this is Jersey Kyle Martinez, also known this week as The Undertaker. As our picks in the Derby, do you have the ashes of your father? Do you want to spread some? No, he's still alive.
I think I should wear this. I think I should wear this mask to hide my face. I mean, after that poozer that I gave out in the Derby last week, my apologies to the entire Degenerate Nation. I just didn't see an 18th place finish happening. But
how did we miss this from the signs from the gods of gambling? I mean, we went in the absolute opposite direction, and maybe that's why we ran 18th and 19th in a race. Which did they pay off for that in a reverse exacta, so to speak? Is that like the reverse mortgage that your boy Tom Selleck is pushing on TV?
No, I don't think it's that bad, but you actually gave out a horse that you were thinking about lunch, so you bet soup and sandwich. I don't think there was any real theory behind your handicapping there, but yeah, no, it was a rough day.
This was a cheese sandwich on white bread,
and the thing is,
the soup was cold, tomato out of a can.
Baffert always wins the Derby, and we don't even think about that. We sit here and, you know, go through that racing form and handicap, and it's as simple as, oh, Baffert, he'll win another Derby.
People get sour, though, now with Baffert, ever since these assertions were made that perhaps there were some drugs that found their way mysteriously into the system of some of his winning horses, even his most prized horses, and might have impacted their performance. In fact, your buddy Piscataway Ray implied that Baffert had so much juice in this horse that they had to have Sammy Sosa ride him. He was the only guy that would know how to handle that much, performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, but you know, Ray is a sore loser, like a lot of guys.
Like a lot of us, yeah.
We know around.
Who's a good loser? Do you know anybody?
I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to take your lumps, which we've been very accustomed
to. I feel
mean,
like Chuck Wepner.
You look like Chuck Wepner.
You like the shorts?
But I'm just saying, you know, this happens, and you know, when you're betting 20-horse fields, you know, anything can happen. I'm not trying to make excuses for our picks, because I don't think if it was a 2-horse field we would have done any better. But you know,
used 6 horses and none of them finished any better than 10th. All right, so what do we do about the Preakness? Because you know what the saying is: if you're a degenerate gambler here and you're going to play the ponies, you get wiped out on a race or a racing card. You lost everything that you had, including the rent money. What are you going to do? Turn the page.
That's right. Next race.
So how do we attack this Preakness? I mean, are we going to come back with Medina Spirit? That seems too obvious.
Well, it does seem obvious, but Baffert's got another one in there, a horse that ran 3rd in the Arkansas Derby Concert Tour, which, you know, kind of, you're always chasing musical acts all over the country.
I love music. Tommy from DegenNation loves music.
You always say read the signs. Maybe this is the sign. Let's go with that. The other Baffert's won 8 Preaknesses, so I mean, why not just stay in line and keep going? You know,
it's funny. No, I mean, he should have been in pro wrestling, right? Because Baffert, these are horses off his 3-year-old scrap heap. I mean, it's amazing. He has more good 3-year-olds in his barn than Michael Jackson did when he was entertaining all those kids at Neverland or whatever that place was.
Yeah.
How does he do it? It's almost impossible. I mean, he's just pulling in scrubs off the bench here, and you think he's going to win the Preakness with yet another one?
So you want to be a gambler, huh? Well, here's why. You got to get involved and find a long shot, because the 8-to-5 shots, the 6-to-5 shots are not going to make you the money. That's why we sit there and dig into this race.
Have to beat the favorite, right?
And you got to find a long shot. I mean, what are we doing out here at 6 o'clock in the morning, just watching horses work out? You know, I mean, we're looking for that one that's going to light up the tote board.
Yeah, and you were mad about the fact that they'd already cleaned up this place from yesterday, so you couldn't go ahead and stoop for tickets, which would be the only way you could make up for that burial that you administered to all of your adoring fans here on the Kentucky Derby. We promise we're going to be better on the Preakness. One reason why there's only half the number of horses that we can screw up with.
He promises. I don't promise anything. I'm going to be looking for that long shot. And, you know, I mean, listen, the horse I picked was 50-1, I think he finally went off at.
Yeah.
And so,
and it could have been 1,000-1 or 50,000-1.
So, you know, the way we do it, we are going to look for the long shots for everybody in the Degenerate Nation, so that maybe we can, you know, make them a score like we did 2 years ago, not trying to jump on when we did something
listen,
right.
You bragging about the past here. The past is the past. We're looking forward to Saturday. The Preakness here. Watch for our preview on DegenNation. The Preakness. I don't know if we're going to nail it, but I don't think we could do any worse than we did in the Derby, so stay tuned.